Good evening, my lovelies. I hope you are doing fantastically well. It is Wednesday, the 11th of March, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so, Tuesday night. I've recently had a very big weekend. It was Labor Day here in Melbourne, which meant that Monday was a public holiday. And I used that very, very intelligently by working on my game, Quarries of Scred. I added a new gameplay mode. You won't see that for a little while if you already own the game, because I'm working on a much bigger update. So hopefully I'll have some news about what's in it and when it's coming, but I'm just going to describe it. The new game mode that I added is called Blink mode, and you can only see the field every fourth move, and I found that it's really evil. I love to add new evil things, and I think that this is really going to hurt a lot of people and hopefully challenge them too. I'm not actually aware of any other game that's using this mechanic at the moment, of showing and then requiring you to input moves without seeing things. So it's only really possible because Quarries of Scred is predictable. Everything moves in accordance with a set of rules and there's no randomization. So hopefully it's possible to play through it. It's just an extra bit of challenge. One of the other things that I got up to was that it was my 10-year anniversary with my wife. Our actual anniversary of 10 years of going out is next weekend, but we have a wedding to go to, so we thought we would celebrate early, and it was fantastic. My wife booked us into a place over in the Dandenong Ranges, and it was beautiful and nice and quiet, apart from cockatoos being really loud every now and then, but otherwise very peaceful and beautiful. So some interesting things have been happening on the game development front for another group. The devs behind Assault Android Cactus have released an update, and it's got an impressive list of features, but the one that really grabbed my eye was first person shooter camera. I will put up a screenshot now. But either way, normally Assault Android Cactus is a top-down shooter, arena-based almost. It reminds me very heavily of Smash TV, among other games, and I love it to bits. It's actually got a daily drive, so they're equivalent of a daily challenge, so I think I might start featuring that in Kale versus dailies. So I'm really looking forward to that. I need to get in on that. Reading wise, I picked up a Goosebumps-esque kind of style of book. It's called Poison Apple. The first one in that series, which I think was called The Dead End. It was interesting. I like to read light books in between the heavier sort of sci-fi stuff like Asimov and so forth. I find that that's better for me, mental health wise. So I read that one, and I read the first Animorphs book, which, for what I can tell, Animorphs was a massive thing. I remember a TV series being on when I was much younger, but I never got into the books. They were sort of just after my time. But apparently it's a huge thing, and the first book was quite good. It didn't really hold much back. Like for a kid's book, there was some death in there, and yeah, a genuine set of good characters from what I've read so far, so I'm really quite pleased with that. Now, as for the educational aspect for today, I thought I would get you a link to how to tie a tie. I've got that wedding coming up on Saturday, and tying ties, though I wore one at school for something like 10 years. I actually used to tie it once, and then once per year, that is, and then just loosen it off and then tie it back up. But that doesn't really cut it for a wedding. So I looked up how to tie a tie on YouTube, and I was surprised because there were a fair few number of videos that had ladies in lingerie. So I thought I would skip that, and instead I found a really cool video on how to tie a Celtic heart knot. Now I love my Celtic iconography and knotwork and so forth, so I really thought this video was kind of cool. The process that gets shown is quite clear. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it's always good to know these things. Anyway, so there will be a link right about here. Yep, I'm making hand motions again. Anyway, it's cracking on, but I hope you are doing exceptionally well, and I hope to hear from you soon. And take care of yourselves. Don't forget to take your meds, and can you do me a favor and just check in on a friend? Make sure that they're doing okay too. Alright, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you later, my lovelies.